Hello, everybody. Let me get comfortable before everybody starts to roll on in. My name is SonjaMarie. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm glad that you tripped up on my channel and join us today. Me and the rest of the beautiful people that will soon come on in here live. They're receiving their notifications now. I'm so glad that you decided to hang with us today. And if you are catching the what you call this thing, the video thereafter, thank you for doing that as well. I'm so glad. Please, if this information resonates with you, share it with folks. I'd really appreciate if you can do that thing. Share the link, share the information. Please share the information. Only because, as you may or may not know, I come on here to share so we can be better. That's it. Not going to go into a full speech, but for those that are new, I just want you to know that, okay? Everybody else kind of knows. Happy belated Mother's Day to all you beautiful mothers out there. Today is May 15th, by the way. I hope you had a beautiful day and you were showered with so much love and adoration because you deserve it. Even if you don't have shorties of your own, no nieces and nephews to take care of, not even a puppy or a cat or lizard. You are a mother of this particular planet because I know that you have poured into somebody or something somewhere along the way. So, happy Mother's Light to you as well. And thank you for your contribution. We need you. We need your nourishment. That's for ding dong damn sure. Let me say what's happening to all the folks that are out here. What's up, Katrina? Love you, love. Ramon is here. Our clock is here. Irene is here. What's going on? Tamara, Blue, where you been singing? Tamara and Jametta Rose. Well, let me say, Jametta Rose, please put up the whole name of the group, Tam. But Jametta Rose has a wonderful spiritual choir that Tamara Blue is a part of, and they perform all around Los Angeles. I only caught them maybe twice, to be honest with you, but they will lift your spirits, your heart, your soul. They lift your feet if you give them a chance. Oh my God, they're so dope. They're so dope, so beautiful. And again, it's just their voices and the spirits that come through it. I really appreciate you, Tam. And big ups to Jametta. I hope that she receives this love in some kind of way through me. But check them out, please, Jametta Rose. And there you go, the Voices of Creation Worldwide. Here you go, Tam Blue. Thank you for putting that up. Please check them out if you get a chance. What's up, Vaughn? Hi, Melissa Jess. What's going on, LB? Lotus Mama is here. So glad that y'all can make it today. This is going to be an interesting, what's up, Roxy? This is going to be an interesting broadcast. I'm going to tell you why, straight up and down. There's so many changes happening this week. Like literally my head is spinning. I want to spin around in this chair real quick to give you a little prelude. But on the real, woo-wee, if y'all take notes, get ready. It's going downs, clowns. First of all, I'm really hoping, as I do oftentimes, as the Cancer that I am, step back to move forward. But I do hope that this weekend was awesome for you. I do hope that you have seen clearly what the eclipse season is showing for you, presenting for you, rocking for you, opening up for you, closing some things off for you. I really pray that things that you have ignored and or put a little bit of a, gate around. I'll get back to that another time. I really hope that the eclipse blasts that gate open, that fence open, so you can see everything that you need to see in order to move forward. Because what we have been doing, definitely through eclipse season, because that's no choice of our own. Eclipse happened just to happen. You understand what I mean? It just, like I said before, pulls the rug from underneath our feet. Right. But with those changes over the last year and a half, we've been going through so many changes, slow and methodical, like Taurus does. And then this week, It shows us what we've been working for. It shows us practically why we've been working for it. Like, it's a big freaking deal. I'm just gonna get on into it. And if y'all have questions, y'all know what to do. Those that frequent my channel, I thank you. And I actually appreciate you in more ways than you know. If y'all want to leave a donation, all the information is in the description box below: Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App. Just had to throw that out there real quick. But I do appreciate you being here. Listen, it's about to go down, clowns. Y'all ready? Y'all got your pen and paper? Let's go on. Yo, let me tell you, the message that I got straight up and down as I was doing notes this morning instead of yesterday. As I was taking my notes, the first thing that came to me was realization of what's happening, the realization of the changes, the realization of the tears, the realization, like, honestly, the light bulb going off this week going, oh, that's why. And maybe I possibly said this before another broadcast, but not like this week. You're gonna see why. Again, because the players are changing. Let me run it down real quick for you. The major players that are changing. I said this on YouTube. On Instagram. Tomorrow, Jupiter goes into Taurus after being in Aries. Numero uno. On Friday, we have a new moon in Taurus. Right after we had, I should say, right after Uranus has been in Taurus, right after Jupiter's gone into Taurus. Yep. So new opportunities are coming through. I'm going to elaborate on that in a Taurus kind of way. After Uranus has been in Taurus for the last year or so, begging us to make these changes and inch us along. Yep. The new moon in Taurus is saying, do that, jump on that, because there's only one new moon in Taurus a year. Y'all get this? I'm going to explain further. Not only that, on Saturday, the third thing that's happening is Mars is going into Leo. After being in Cancer for the last couple of weeks or so, it's a whole new vibration and rules when it comes to executing something. That's what Mars is about, execution, all right? And energy and anger and sex. And then if that's not enough, Gemini season starts on Sunday. Wait, what? Huh? Now we into Gemini season. After all of that, what happened to Taurus season? First of all, that went by really, really quickly. I just want to say that out loud. But now we into a whole nother Gemini vibration. Wait, what just happened? Do y'all get that? 4 situations. So this is as your astrologer in this moment in time, the present time, right? These 4 situations have been, let me say, developed around about how we've been curating our steps through the eclipse season, through Uranus being in Taurus, through the North Node in Taurus in the last year and a half. Y'all see how I think? Do y'all see how I like to look and teach what the universe is going through? Everything is purposeful. Everything is a setup for the next. Do y'all get this? Yes, y'all. Am I here by myself? Y'all all right? Y'all good? Does that make sense? So if you don't remember, I'm not going to give you everything that's been happening in the last year and a half. But do you see how Pluto is changing? Do you see how Uranus has went into Taurus and the North Node is in Taurus? And then when you hear of a new moon happening in the same vibration of Taurus, when you hear of major planets changing in the same vibration, Taurus or another energy or whatever, you understand how one situation is propelling the next. I'm trying to teach y'all. Y'all get this, or am I going over everybody's head? Or is this just a mad delay? Or y'all don't get the fuck what I'm saying because there's 24 of y'all in here and only 7 people have put up likes so far. I'm just saying. Am I speaking? What am I speaking? Mandarin today? Rob, you get me? Okay, good. Let me break it down even further and maybe you will understand a little bit more. Today, with Monday, with the moon being in Aries, the moon is absolutely square in Venus, right? Yep. But before I get there, let me tell y'all about this. I'm going to get back to that in a minute. Mars is trining Neptune. Put some energy behind what's currently being unseen or that's currently unseen. Or push your spiritual and or emotional maturity full force. Mars, being in Cancer today, is trining Neptune and Pisces, 2 water signs, right? But Mars is about motivation. Remember, when Mars is in Cancer, it sidesteps like the crab that it is. So its motivation is not coming straight at you. It's trying to size situations up to see if it's safe, emotionally safe. But as it's hitting Neptune right now, it's almost like spirit, Neptune, is whispering in our ears going, now it's time. Now it's okay to implement those things that people can't see, even you can't see. Now it's time to tap into your imagination, tap into your prayers, and put some execution on that thing, some motivation on that thing. Are y'all with me? Yes, yes, y'all. Does this make sense? Right? That's today. Now it's time to utilize your spirituality. I can't say that enough. And again, I can't say enough the fact that Neptune has been saving us in Pisces for the last 2 years, keeping us afloat. Now it's about putting movement with that energy that's been keeping us afloat. What has been keeping you alive? Like that's what I'm speaking of. Specifically, what has been keeping you alive? Has it been your prayers? Has it been you going to church? Has it been your children? Has it been you cooking? Again, this is, and the reason why I'm saying cooking is because it connects with Neptune being in Pisces, and Neptune is about creativity, about art, right? What has been holding you up artistically? What has been holding you up through your meditations? You hear what I'm saying? Now that Mars is hitting it today, it's like, okay, put some action behind everything that you've been meditating through, all the answers that you've been hearing through your prayers, all the things that you've been seeing around you that's been keeping you high. Either literally high on some drug shit or high like in spirits. What has been keeping you above the mundane? Cuz put some action on that and put some respect on that. Y'all not hearing me today. Today also the moon, I was about to say, the moon is squaring Venus. Venus is in Cancer. The moon is in Aries, right? So even though you can't see the monetary value or the validation from putting these unseen things into action, you know what I'm saying? It's necessary to do. Let me say that one more time. Mars and Neptune is hooking up. That's like a secret mission behind closed doors. Nobody knows what's going on. Hear what I'm saying? Why? Because Neptune is always secret and always in the mist. You dig? Mars is trying to come through there hot and heavy, like, yo, put what's in the mist into the mix. You get what I'm saying? Already honed in on that point. Hope you got it. Now it's about the feeling and the deserving of that thing. Well, when when the moon is squaring Venus, the moon is like, wait a minute. I know you're about to do some things, Mars, and hit it on Neptune. I don't necessarily agree with that thing, is what the feeling is saying. The feeling being in Aries is saying, I don't necessarily agree on the fact that we need to take our prayers and our imagination and to put some action behind that thing. Because, why? Because I don't see the value in it. Because no money is coming from it. Because nobody is giving me my props. So here's the deal. If you're sitting back waiting for somebody to give you permission to be as big and as magnanimous, as innovative, as imaginative, as loving, as compassionate as you are, you think somebody's going to sit back and validate you? Today is not the day, is the point. They're not. And I'm getting real, for some reason, I feel a download coming, but I'm getting real hot and heavy inside as the downloads come through, because I think, honestly, that's a lot of our situations, our challenges in this moment in time, is that we are waiting for permission. We are waiting for somebody to validate by giving us the money from the ideas that we have that haven't necessarily been proven. We're waiting for somebody to pat us on the back and go, that's a good job. All these changes that you've been going through the last year, all these internal changes that you haven't necessarily spoke to anybody about, miraculously people need to know about that thing, or should know about that. That's the expectation, right? The expectation is people should know that I've been changing and I've been doing all these things and that I look different. And I need the validation for that in order for me to feel good about it. Is that how you feeling today? That's a real question. I need y'all to talk to me, because I don't know if y'all can hear me, or I don't know if this is landing, because I see no comments going up, or I don't know where y'all at. Are you at work and you try not to, pay attention? The validation is not yours to be had. It's about the feeling and about the urgency to express what's on your heart. The urgency to express what's on your heart. That's today. Why are you waiting? Why are you waiting for somebody to tell you did a good job? Why are you waiting for somebody to recognize how many tears you dropped in the last 2 weeks to say you are growing, you are mature, you are better? Nobody's coming to knock on the door, baby. That's all I'm going to say. Nobody is coming to give you your props. You have to give you your props. You have to get up from this video in another couple of minutes or so tonight while you're in the tub, in the shower, and thank and rub up on yourself. Not in some weird ass thought, but I'm saying sexual or sensual thought in the shower, but in some loving kind of way, like in giving yourself the attention. Does this make sense? You was feeling that yesterday, Maya? Well, I'm so sorry, Melissa. I'm just saying, I'm here to drop some real truth on some shit. Y'all know me by now. I'm not gonna explain myself. The bottom line is that while we are doing these changes, while we are becoming better, we are recognizing the habits that we have had in the past that made us feel like we were worthy of the new things that are to come. And the habits may be somebody's gonna, give you a little participation trophy. Nuh-uh. Not in this new way. Not in this new life. Nobody's giving you a participation trophy. Nobody is coming to you and giving you the motivation and the encouragement in which they did before. You get what I'm saying? It's just not happening. That's the feeling today. We're here, sis. There might be a delay. Just FYI, no question. Okay, thank you. Appreciate you, Vaughn, my Virgo friend. That's today. I really want y'all to sit into that feel, though, on the real. Recognize that you are your best cheerleader, and oftentimes you are your only cheerleader. Let's move it along, because tomorrow, Tuesday, when Jupiter goes into Taurus, until when? May 26, 2024. Now, first of all, and first and foremost, whenever Jupiter goes in a particular sign, know that particular sign, yes, the people who have that sun sign are considered the celestial favorites, so to speak, right? A lot of astrologers say that. Why? It's because Jupiter, now being in Taurus, is going to land all of its vibrational skittles, all of its opportunities, all of its good feels, all of its spiritual doctrines, all of its ways of needing to evolve, all on Taurus energy. People, Taurus constellation, whether you have a Venus in Taurus or a Sun in Taurus or Moon in Taurus or Mars in Taurus or Mercury in Taurus, wherever that Taurus lies in your particular chart, even if it's in a particular house, that Jupiter in Taurus is going to sit in that house and give you the blessings and the skittles that you need. I don't know where it lands for you particularly, but it's going to really assist all of us, especially those that have a planet or definitely the sun or the moon in Taurus. Are y'all getting me? This is a good time. Now, the real reason why I say this, and it may be a little arduous and challenging to Aquarius and to Leo, because Taurus energy squares Aquarius and Leo. Aquarius and Leo people, or who have a lot of those planets and energies in their chart, they may not be able to understand and on some level regulate how Taurus wants to administer its blessings. Remember, Taurus energy is real slow and methodical, and it wants to understand every single thing that goes around, not from an intellectual perspective, but from an internal perspective, from a rooted perspective, from a very practical and foundational type of thing. It has to make sense logically. I don't need a lot of information, is what Taurus says, but whatever information I get has to convince me that it's worthy, that I'm worthy, that it's worthy being in my space, that the changes that are about to happen or the blessings that's coming through Jupiter is worthy enough that I can take it on and that I can utilize. Does this make sense to all of y'all? So Taurus, Jupiter is really about receiving a better quality of life for everybody on the planet. We've been talking about this because the North Node is in Taurus and because Uranus is in Taurus. And we have been talking about how Uranus and the North Node has been coming together for the last almost 2 years, trying to slowly but surely, methodically usher us into another lifestyle to either look better, feel better, eat better food, take better care of our health, take better care of our children. Something in our lives is reaching a different quality of living. You gotta see it. I mean, put it up on the screen, y'all, in the comments. Like, let's really be, let's really assist each other in this way. What has leveled up in some area of your life? It can be something as small as I started cleaning my house more. And that makes me feel better. Or like I got this new banging ass job is giving me 9 fucking figures and I'm traveling around the world. What is it? What has been bolstered up in your life over the last year and a half? And the real reason why I'm actually spinning you into feeling this and thinking about this, right, is because say it again. Take 2. That thing that has been bolstered, that has been improved, or you see the improvement that's coming, is now being given a little bit of the Skittles, now being given a little bit of a vitamin boost by Jupiter. Y'all see my thinking? Y'all see my thinking? Started grounding yourself daily. Yes, Melissa, come on with it, y'all. Y'all shy to tell each other about your progresses. You're quick to tell people about your downfalls. I know it can be the lag, but I want y'all to check yourselves on this too if you're having a problem searching for some good news. Because oftentimes we can find the bad news quick. But when we have to think about what's really going on in our lives as well, we have a hard time identifying with that. And that's a thought and a prayer. You know why? Because on some level, that means it's possibly maybe you think you don't deserve the good that's coming around you. I just want you to sit with that. I drop fucking jewels all day long. I can't stand it, but I love it. At the same time, work and fitness is on swole right now. Come on, Vaughn. I'm trying to level up more. There's improvement. That's right. That's right, Alicia. I just signed on a health and fitness program. This is what I'm talking about. Your relationship with mom is getting smooth. By the way, I got to call her back because she called me yesterday, Vaughn. I'm happy to hear that, though. I'm really, really happy to hear that. And all this Taurus energy, she's even benefiting from that. You dig that? Anyway, that was a private little conversation there. But the bottom line is, do y'all see how Jupiter now, as it goes through its tour in Taurus until May 26, 2024, wants to show you, even when it goes through a retrograde moment in a couple of months, it'll back up for a little bit. That's why it's staying in there for so long, because it backs up and then it moves forward again. But with Jupiter being in Taurus, it wants to show you that the decisions that you've made over the last year and a half, with Uranus and the North Node doing its thing, and these swell ups, these things that have been promoted in quality of life, that's been promoted in your life, is now being given the foundation of Jupiter, putting the candy canes and the Skittles and all kinds of opportunities around you to go, wait, hold on. Because I made the choice, y'all gonna help me out now? Yup. I kind of want to cry. That felt good saying that. Why? Because in the last year and a half, we've had so much doubt. Whenever we're making changes in our lives, especially Taurian change, y'all, I cannot impress upon you enough. Taurus energy hates to change. And when it changes, because the universe is forcing it to, it wants to do it in a definite way. But sometimes, because a lot of people move to, this is download, y'all, forgive me, but I'm coming with you. Coming at you rather. Sometimes when people are so hell-bent on moving fast and moving according to their own schedule, they don't see the real brilliance behind Taurus energy needing to slow down. Taurus energy needing to take account of every step. Because Taurus energy says, I know I've been bringing you through the ringer. I know this has been a hard shift. I know that it feels like I'm uprooting you and taking the fabric off of shit and ripping your skin off to apply new skin. But Jupiter's like, yo, I'm honing in on this point, y'all. Jupiter's like, yo, I'm proud of you. For the next year and a half, next year or so, I'm going to show you how I'm proud of you. And I'm going to lay it all on you thick like. Wait for this summer. I'm trying to tell you, wait for this summer as it pushes on through. Jupiter in Taurus, do you know how generous Taurus energy is? When it's in Aries, of course it's generous. But remember, because it's Jupiter. But remember, Aries is fast. And Aries is a baby. And Aries is like, I'm just going to give it to you how I give it to you with no real thought. You understand? Which it did its job. Nobody's shitting on it. Nobody's judging it. It needed to push through some quick diamonds so we can get the fact that shit is getting better. You understand? And spark us and wake us up. But now that it goes into Taurus, it's like not only is things getting better, we're going to slow down and pump the brakes a little bit to let it seep in like lotion. Come on, y'all. Rub it in like lotion. What's the commotion? Oh, my Lord. By the Wu-Tang sword. Hey, like Fat Albert. You know I had to slide Wu-Tang in there. 20 years of the RZA, the old dirty bastard. Anyway, I love Wu-Tang, y'all. In any case, y'all get what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? 444, the ancestors get it. Latrice, come on now. Don't fuck with us. Don't do this. Don't do this. I'm trying to set us up. If that's not enough, that's all that's happening on Tuesday, by the way, which is a lot. So let's sit with that tomorrow. I really take account of in your journals, if you're a journal writer type of person, in your journal, take account of the things that you've been sitting with, that you've been changing. Like I want you to sit with some pride on some real shit. Like, I know that was hard, and please don't qualify yourself. I know that was hard, and things, blah, 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 and I really pressed hard for that, and I said that 9 times, didn't I? Or I spent a lot of money on that, or I had to move away. Like, sit with the good changes that you're doing, even though it's hard. You don't have to write the hard. You get it? Just write down the things that you've been changing and you've been working on. I want you to be proud of that. So Jupiter can open up and go, now I'm going to give it to you. That's all on Tuesday. On Wednesday, you ready for some more? The moon is in, the moon is going to be in Taurus at 8:28 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then once it gets into that field, we start to eat a little bit, again, start to be a little bit more caring, again, maybe start to be a little stubborn. When the moon is in Taurus and his feelings are hurt, we can get a little punishing as well. People got moon in Taurus, and when the moon is in Taurus, we get kind of brooding. We want to sit there and let people suffer for no fucking reason. It's 35 of y'all in here, only 15 likes. Please give me a like if this situation or information resonates with you. I appreciate that. It lets YouTube know I'm doing my job. So here's the deal. So we'll feel all that moon and Taurus energy tomorrow. It's all good because it's about to parlay into something different, but it's going to hit a little roadblock just before it does parlay into something different as a new moon real quick on Friday. What it's going to do is hit this roadblock with Pluto. Remember, Pluto is going retrograde in Aquarius, and that moon in Taurus early in the morning tomorrow is going to square the moon on some real shit. So the feeling of power or transformation is not for anyone. It starts with your core, you. Ooh, Sonya. I want to spin around. You may not have understood that, but I'm going to get to it. Here's the deal. Ooh, Spirit is so dope. Help me be as clear as possible, God. Everything I just said about Taurus energy setting us up Jupiter style, recall that in this moment in time. Now the moon in Taurus is saying, well, everything that I feel and I'm bringing into the room. Oops, squirrel. By the way, beautiful, beautiful client and friend of mine, Ashley Beatty. Her mama, who is my namesake, Miss SonjaMarie, gifted me this fan. They was like, Sonja, you need a fan on your YouTube. They probably didn't say this, but I'm saying it. But she sent this to me to help me. Isn't it cute and elegant? It looks like a perfume bottle. And a sister don't have to be here in premenopausal spaces looking all crazy. So I love this, and I hope it's not too loud. Please, somebody let me know if it is, because then that means we have to change it up around. Ooh, but I need this right now. Check this out. Keeping it going. So all that Jupiter stuff and all the things in which we thought to be not in which we know that it's coming for us and that's changing in the best way possible, right? Is being hit by Pluto going retrograde in its roadblock. Remember, Pluto in retrograde right now, coming out of Aquarius and sliding into Capricorn, is about readjusting the transformation for humanity. How we need to see the things that we need to change on a real deep. Oh, it's quiet? Oh, good. Oh, I'm so happy. Okay, so I'm gonna keep it on. Thank you, Vaughn, my Virgo friend. So what's happening is that those deep changes that we need to make Pluto style, right, is going up against what Taurus wants to bring. Ooh, that's a nice little standoff. It's going up against the feeling. Let me start again. Moon in Taurus says, yo, I deserve this quality of life. Pluto in Aquarius going retrograde is like, but what about the people? What about the family? What about the things, the bricks that we need to lay for the future? Moon in Taurus says, yo, we can't lay them motherfucking bricks. This is the battle. We can't lay them bricks not unless we know. not unless we know who we are, not unless we know how to not only self-care, but how to take care of our core. This sounds like a meme, y'all, but I want y'all to get this through and through to the point where you sweat this shit every time you walk out the house and it's 90 degrees. Even if it's 30 degrees, I want you to sweat it. And the sweat is this. We not only deserve this good life, we were born into a good life, regardless of what our circumstances put out for us. That's what this whole change is about. Is that we have to change our consciousness, our emotional maturity, and all things that come with it, from the physical to the mental thought, that we are worthy, that we deserve the better quality of living. So when Pluto says, well, hold on, how are we going to transform humanity if you stuck on that? You deserve it. Because the only way humanity can get it is if we get it within ourselves first. Again, it sounds like a meme, but do you really know that? To know that is to really know that. That's why people are breaking up with you. That's why you're losing your jobs. That's why your wardrobe is changing. That's why you had to cut your hair. That's why your son or your daughter moved out of state to go to college. That's why your best friend no longer wants to fuck with you. That's why you gained 60 pounds. That's why you lost 50 pounds. Are y'all hearing where I'm coming from? The better quality of life is coming for you. And Pluto says, well, hold on. What about everybody else? Well, I got to get my better quality first. I have to know what that looks like, because for decades and centuries, I've been beating myself up. My cellular fucking plan, all the things in my DNA has been beating us up to tell us that we don't deserve a better quality, to tell us that we continuously need to suffer, to tell us that we have to be hardcore and hustle and be masculine and push through things and make shit go against the flow. No, we got to learn how to go with that motherfucking flow, because the flow fucking knows. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? Are y'all hearing me? Like, for real? Ooh-wee. So as that is happening, so here's the deal. If you let that fight happen between that quality of living and the fact that Pluto is like, I'm not giving you a better quality of living until you look at the whole people, right? That little battle. If you sit with that for a second and justify the fact, like I just said, that you have to love yourself through and through and offer up, open up to it and receive this new quality of life. You can tell yourself in this moment, let me get this first, because once I get this $20, I swear I'm gonna give 15 to everybody else. I don't need 20. I don't need the full 20. God, I hope y'all hearing what I'm saying. So within that square, don't battle. Understand that you got to learn a little bit for you to get you, and understand that you're learning a little bit for you, justifying that thing and reiterating so you can better up, make the community better. This is what's coming on after that. The moon is conjuncting Jupiter. After that, that look is for all the village hut. So if the moon is conjuncting the goddamn Jupiter after that, Jupiter is saying, I told you I have your back. Tell Pluto to kick rocks for a second, because it's going backwards anyway, trying to figure out its own plan. Pluto was going retro anyway. You dig what I'm saying? Jupiter is like, yo, I'm still going to apply the goodness on you. I'm still going to apply the abundance on you. I'm still going to apply the prosperity on you. Pluto will figure it out. Have you ever had a person in your life or a situation in your life where you have gone against the grain? A couple of million times, no, maybe once or twice, that you've gone against the grain and your whole family has said, I have no idea what the fuck you're doing right now, but you need help. And you're like, nah, I don't actually. I just feel it. I have a story. When I moved out here to California, and I got signed to LaFace, and I moved to to Atlanta. I got dropped when I was in Atlanta, came back. I met the most wonderful person. Anybody that read my book knows this story. I met the most wonderful person that's still in my life, Akadama. I met him in 2 weeks. And within 2 weeks, we were living together, incredibly platonic. And everybody in my family was like, are you fucking nuts? You don't know this dude. You have no idea. What the hell? He can murder you in your sleep. It was all in here, though. I knew that this better quality of life that I was about to embark on was far better than what it is that I left. That's the same kind of feel. Jupiter is like, I'm still going to give you your better quality of life. Let Pluto, and who don't understand how you transforming your life in this way, let Pluto and everybody else, talk their shit. And let them talk about how you should powerfully change. I know how I should change because I know how it feels. That's why, God damn it, Spirit, thank you for saying that. That's why Neptune and Pisces has been a lifesaver. Because if you've been tapping into Neptune and Pisces and hearing what you need to hear, having your intuition on 1000, you know exactly how to move through this crazy time with asteroids and goddamn boulders coming at you. You understand what I'm saying? You're paying attention to you. You get that? Your intuition, your voice, your committee, your ancestors and guides. You get that? Come on now. And it's not to say that these people that don't understand your form of transformation are unloving. Like, it's just how they see how a thing needs to go. You understand? But remember, with Uranus in the mix being in Taurus, ain't nothing gonna go in a way in which is normal. Uranus is fucking weird and rebellious. It always wants to go in a different way. So all the changes and all the blessings that are coming down for us, it looks different because we're making different choices. If you're making the same goddamn choices, come on now. It's nothing going to change in your life. I don't give a fuck how many Skittles fall on your forehead. Make different choices. Okay, Wednesday. I know this is a long one, y'all, but I'm really hoping that this falls on you. I want y'all to get this because this feels good in my heart right now. Wednesday. Continue on with Wednesday, right? The moon is square and Pluto going retrograde. The moon is conjunct, same sign as Jupiter. Continuing on Wednesday, the moon in Taurus is conjuncting Mercury, now going direct. Come on now. First of all, y'all know Mercury went direct yesterday, right? No more Mercury retrograde. So I can't blame my crazy stuttering situations on Mercury right now. But the thing about it is, now with Mercury going direct, and on Wednesday, the moon being in Taurus, Mercury being in Taurus, oh shit. You mean all the things that we were thinking about while Mercury was in retrograde, all the things that we've been planning and putting on hold and putting on the shelf, all the things that we've been reorganizing in order to get into alignment with Jupiter in Taurus is ready? Yes. Do y'all get that? So all them things, y'all know I say things 5 times. I had a client recently, God bless your soul, Regina. I was like, Regina, I know I repeat shit all the time. She's like, Sonja, I need the repetition. I'm a dancer. And I kind of get a little insecure about it. I'm like, I said that already. But sometimes I think it's necessary too, just like she pointed out, is to reiterate the fact, to show y'all how this education of astrology is so poignant. So bust it. So now Mercury in Taurus, the vibration that we're talking about, right, is hooking up with the moon. So now it's about, and Mercury going forward. Now it's about, the things that I've been thinking, the things that I've been planning is aligning with how I feel. The moon, which is aligning with Jupiter, the blessings. Yup. Which is aligning with the North Node, purpose. Yup. Which is aligning with Uranus, the changes, the radical changes that need to happen in order to look weird and different and not normal. Yup. Come on now. So to on Wednesday, it's about putting your brain in order now that we're not foggy, now that, we're not reevaluating some things with retrograde. You understand what I'm saying? Ask the questions. Be patient. Mercury in Taurus is patient, because here's the deal. Here's an example that just dropped in my brain and I'm downloading in this moment in time, is that people are not necessarily quick to move or quick to give answers coming up out of this retro field, but also because it's in Taurus. So in my opinion, what I'm suggesting to you is that even though you're having these conversations and you're qualifying and you're asking the right questions and you're utilizing your resources and you're researching all Mercury shit, right? And you're talking about it and you're listening intently, it doesn't mean things are going to move the way you need for them to move. Remember, Taurus is about planting. Taurus is about, if conversations are happening, let that shit seep in the soil for a little while. what Sonja said about a week ago, that actually sets true. Let me put it in what Jackson said about 5 weeks ago, 5 days ago, actually feels really good right now. Let me put that into order. You get what I'm saying? Taurus don't move quick on the thought. It gathers like a squirrel. It gathers its energy and squirrels it together and then applies it where it's needed. This is the week of application. This is the week, like I said earlier, of realization and believing the motherfucking hype for yourself. Get the information now. Again, on Wednesday, if that ain't enough, here's the moon in Taurus sextiling Saturn. It's time to get to work like a doctor. Come on now. Saturn is about working hard. It's about restrictions and limitations. Saturn is about fear and lessons learned. It's hitting up right and nice with the moon in Taurus, the star of the show in this moment in time. Come on. Come on. So now it's about putting the work in that thing. You already got the brain on one with Mercury. Now we got Saturn going, okay, how can we apply? How can we put the muscle? And because it's in Pisces, it's about how can you put the ethereal muscle. Time for that practical convincing with the moon being in Taurus to put some hard work and conviction behind it, Pisces style. And Pisces style of Saturn in Pisces is about working where it's necessary, working where you intuit to go, working where you're being called to. You understand what I'm saying? Through your heart, working for the imagined. So for what's not necessarily in form, but what's coming through, that's Saturn in Pisces. It doesn't have a form yet. Pisces, remember, Pisces is a blob like an amoeba, if you want a visual to it, right? It shape shifts. That energy being in Saturn sometimes is a little wonky. Why? Because, Saturn is about structure and building. Like, you got an amoeba coming out the side of a building. That's really interesting. So the bottom line is that we are being told with all of this better quality of living, the moon in Taurus, Jupiter and all that in Taurus, we are being told to utilize, to work that thing in a structure type of way, in a way in which our imagination is being sparked, in a way in which we feel closer to spirit, in a way in which it may not have an ending, in a way in which it may not have any hardcore borders. It'll just get you where you need to go. And on some level, you'll pick up and keep moving from there. Let me make that clearer. Sometimes there is no closure. Sometimes there is no reason. This is what Saturn and Pisces says. Sometimes there is no rhyme. There's no reason. There's no earthly understanding. Pisces energy doesn't deal with earthly understanding. It deals with the understanding of the ethereal because it makes sense to Pisces. That makes sense to Pisces energy to say, let's just flow. Does that make sense? So with this moon and Taurus coming, it's like, let's put the practical thought on how we should flow. If this better quality of life, Taurus energy is coming at me, let's put it this way. And Pisces says, okay, I'll try it. Pisces Saturn says, why not? Y'all getting this? Come on now. Oh my God, Becky. Not only that, on Wednesday, last aspect on Wednesday is Jupiter squaring Pluto. Come on, Pluto. Why Pluto retrograde want to put a little cog in the situation? I tell you why. How about that? Asking a question and answering at the same time. Again, this is a second aspect, squaring Pluto this week, because it's in Aquarius and because of all these Taurus energies and planets in the sky. You got that? That's a square. So Pluto is coming, honestly, to remind us that we are transforming for the collective. We get that, Pluto. We get that, Pluto. We're transforming for the collective, for the new way of being, for our friends, for the groups, for new innovation. But you cannot create anything new with a weak ass foundation. And that's why Taurus is like holding up strong. Like, come on. Jupiter says, I got all the Skittles in the world. I got all the concrete to build this building. Pluto is like, yeah, but I thought we transformed or we got rid of that building. We're not going to build that type of building. Jupiter's like, no. We are going to build that type of building. I know you want to reevaluate, Pluto, what it is where your power lies in this moment in time and how you're going to assimilate your power to the collective. But again, we can only utilize the quality of life. We can only utilize the Taurian compassion, the cement that Jupiter in Taurus brings. We can only utilize that to build our foundation so we can move powerfully. Pluto, sit back for a second, just a quick second. Are y'all hearing me? Oh, I hope so. Jupiter squaring Pluto. The blessings seem, what's that say, Sonia? 30? Early. I don't know what I wrote, y'all. So sorry. The blessings seem, thrifty. Let me tell you about that. The blessings seem a little thrifty, but Pluto in Aquarius wants to spread it and make sure that everybody is taken care of. Also, let me remind y'all too, that Taurus energy is very, very thrifty. So even though Jupiter is requiring that Taurus energy to give in Skittles like with rewards and awards, right? In a very caring, quality driven type of way, Taurus, like every other earth sign, Virgo and Capricorn, is pretty thrifty and again practical. It's not giving you the gifts just to give you the gifts. There needs to be a reason why. That's why there's a fight up against Pluto, because Pluto was like, fuck the reason why. We just got to give it to everybody because everybody is starving right now. Everybody is starving for transformation and for change right now. And Jupiter is like, hold on for a second. I'm setting up for the big reveal. And the big reveal is, again, having that foundation built. We are building the foundation, y'all. Deal. The fucking abundance and the prosperity is not coming before the foundation is built. We have the little qualities around us that's promising us with Jupiter and Taurus and his Skittles is promising us, don't worry about it, I got you. But we're not supposed to celebrate in it right now. We're just supposed to watch the paint go on the walls, you did? And think back and go, God damn, it's really happening. My new life is really fucking building. Oh, come on, y'all. Y'all hear me? I need y'all to ask questions if this is not ringing for you. Again, sometimes when I get high like this, and I feel very high today, I hear myself saying other words than what is coming through me sometimes. Trust me. Trust me. So let me know if this doesn't make sense. I'm not sensitive in that way. I will explain until I can't explain anymore because I want us to get it. I mean that to the bottom of my heart. On Thursday, here we go. The moon is still in Taurus, right? Thursday is a good day on some level, right? Because Thursday, like I've just been saying, Thursday with the moon in Taurus is going to conjunct Uranus. This is the real change. Getting ready for the softness and the awareness, okay? This is the real change that's happening. The moon, feelings and expression, is conjuncting with Uranus in Taurus, same sign, the moon and Uranus. This is the real change. You'll feel that on Thursday. You'll feel what it is that you're being pumped up to do, what you're being swelled to do, where the foundation is being laid, where the quality, I don't know why I just thought about this. So, you know, when you make a salad and you have, and you go through the tomatoes and you're like, oh, this tomato would be good for this salad, but these tomatoes are a little bruised. It's the same type of thought on Thursday. You'll start to be particular about the Skittles and the information and the quality of life that's for you. Not every tomato is for you in this salad. It's no judgment, nor is it personal to those tomatoes that just won't make the salad. You get what I'm saying? On Thursday, you're going to feel that through and through. Trust and believe, or inching up to it. Wednesday going into Thursday. Why? Who's backing that up? Venus. Because the moon will be sextiling Venus. Venus will be in Cancer, right? The moon in Taurus, they get along. The heart takes care of itself and expresses and it shares. The heart takes care of itself on that day. So as you are feeling the changes and you being the happy rebel that you're being with the moon and Uranus coming together, saying this is the real change, the heart is like, yes, I feel good about changing for myself. For myself. This is the buildup this week. Changing for myself. This is where the players change. You understand what I'm saying? You got Jupiter going into Taurus, about to reimagine all the beauty and all the changes and all the skittles and all the blessings coming in, right? And then you have this new moon coming in Taurus on Friday. It's creeping up on Thursday, but before it goes into a new moon, it's like, let me hit Uranus to let you know that you are dope, even though you are weird, even though you're a rebel. And it's not only that, it's saying, let me hit Venus. Let me hit Venus to remind you that you are going to get rewards from it. Wrong word. That you are going to get value from it, that you are going to get attention, that you are going to get affection, that you are going to receive the love that you need, that you are going to get the money that you need, for at the very least feel a little boost of self-esteem that you need. Why? Because this best quality of life is coming for you as long as you commit to being a weirdo, as long as you commit to being rebellious, as long as you commit to doing it differently than what you used to do. Period. Get that? And if that's not enough, on Thursday, the sun will sextile Neptune. I keep telling y'all, it's Neptune keeping us alive. Wake up dreaming. That happens in the beginning of the day, by the way. So wake up dreaming in heights and in compassion. Wake up knowing that this new quality of life that's coming for you is a reflection of your imagination and your prayers and your dreams and your meditation. So you said to yourself, possibly, Squirrel, about 3 weeks ago, why am I taking this time to sit back and daydream? Why am I taking this time to activate my imagination? Why am I taking this time to smoke the fuck out? Why am I taking this time to just walk on the beach for a little while? Why am I taking this time to slow down, to methodically assess what's going on in my life, even though there's miraculous changes that are going around, even though we were in Aries season, even though it seems like everybody is moving faster than me? Why was I taking that time to slow down, purposely slow down and see where my life was for this particular reason? Because now Neptune is hitting the sun when the sun goes in, as the sun is going out of Taurus, and Neptune is saying, this is the reason why we were doing it, because we want to put realization on these dreams that are coming through. We want you to sit back. Let me tell you something. It's never a waste of time to dream. It's never a waste of time to listen to music. This is all Neptune. It's never a waste of time to sit back and really imagine and reimagine a different life for you. You get what I'm saying? So if you had those moments, now on Thursday, the sun is putting light on it. The sun is saying, I want to illuminate all of those internal dreams that you have and all of those smoked out, weird ass moments that you just checked out and realized that you wasn't human fully. You were spirit and you're drifting with your ancestors somewhere and they're giving you some messages. This is the reason why, because from Thursday on, trust me when I tell you, from Thursday on, not only is it about realization and practically implementing, it's about you stepping into it. It's about you owning it, because now everything that you've been feeling and imagining is coming to light. Come on now, with a new moon opportunity in Taurus to hit us on Friday, 28 degrees, by the way, at 11:53 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's the new moon in Taurus. We only get one new moon in Taurus every year, for the most part. Sometimes we do have two, like we had two new moons in Aries. One was an eclipse and one was not. It's really weird. You only get one a year. So this new moon in Taurus is the one for this year, starting a new cycle with all of this information, all of this heavy, all of these other planets that are in Taurus standing right beside it. Do y'all feel my heightness right now? Do y'all know? I mean, from an astrological perspective, it may be a little bit confusing, but I just want y'all to watch this again. Okay? Don't get caught in the information more than you get caught in how much I'm repeating myself in regards to Taurus energy or whatever planet that I'm utilizing and doing my best to explain to you. New moon, new opportunities, new feelings, new karmic information coming into your life. In Taurus, is being backed up by Jupiter, by Uranus, by the North Node. Do I need to say it again? Come on now. Saying, here's the new opportunities that Jupiter, it was pretending. Here's the new opportunities that is coming through for you, that Uranus and that the North Node has been leading and giving you your purpose on. Here's the new fields. Come on, y'all. Where does that fall in your chart? I just need to know. 28 degrees Taurus. Come on. Here's the new feels. This is the validation you've been waiting for on some level. Friday. It's going to slip into Gemini because remember that new moon in Taurus will be at 28 degrees, then 29 degrees, and then 0 degrees into the next sign, which is Gemini at 2:48 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? So most of the day on Friday will be in Gemini field. That's all right. But you will feel that Taurus energy and that Taurus boost. Again, new opportunities coming your way. Golly, this is so hype. On Friday, Mercury will sextile Saturn. I love that. Again, another opportunity to implement the plan. Another opportunity to implement the plan. Remember, Mercury is in Taurus. Come on now, forget about that. So Taurus, Uranus, the North Node, and Jupiter, and the new moon, all in Taurus. Give me a break. Better quality of life. Again, Taurus does nothing half-assed and always comes with a little bit of luxury. Come on now. So Mercury being in Taurus was sextile Saturn. So now it's about, again, the plan. Whereas Wednesday was the moon conjuncting Mercury. Yes, getting the feelings along with the plan. Now on Friday, it's about getting the plan, Mercury, along with the work, along with the execution, Saturn, along with the understanding that these fears and these boundaries may have come up for a particular reason, but I've grown, I've matured. I understand why those boundaries and those fears come up, and I'm going to utilize them as my friend, keeping them right beside me to say, it's okay. We don't have to be afraid any longer. Teach me how to work through this. That's what Saturn says. Saturn brings up your fears so you can learn how to work through it. Saturn's not trying to whip you just to fucking whip you. So with Mercury, sextile, and Saturn, it's like, okay, now we got the thoughts, these Taurus thoughts that are going, and how we going to build this foundation. And Saturn goes, yes, build it like this. Build it with spirit. Saturn's in Pisces. Build it with intuition. You get what I'm saying? Build it in a way in which we'll know that it will stay and it will feel good. Pisces is all about the feel. If that ain't enough, here comes the moon. Come on now. Again? No, because on Thursday, the sun was sextile in Neptune. On Friday, the moon will sextile Neptune. Utilize your intuition like you never have. Do I need to say it again? Why Neptune has been so integral in our goddamn last year and a half? What degree in time, please, for the what? For the new moon? The new moon in Taurus is 28 degrees Taurus, and it's going to hit at 11:53 a.m., Cicely. 11:53 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come on now. I'm not here to blow smoke up anybody's ass. I'm doing us. And that wasn't for you, Cicely. This was a thought that I just had in my mind. I had in my mind that oftentimes people listen to astrology and get tapped in because they want to know how they're going to win. They want to know when the Skittles are going to come. They want to know when changes are going to happen, right? On some magical astrological shit. But here's the deal. I'm trying to implement and trying to convince us all that these changes and these magical happenings with Skittles involved don't move not unless we do. They don't present themselves not unless we recognize the changes that need to happen. They don't, garner any results, not unless we work and move towards that direction to make it happen. You just can't be sitting on the couch drinking Coca-Cola and goddamn hot Cheetos. You understand what I mean? I'm just saying. Oh God, so much coming through. On Friday, the moon, because it's a new moon in Taurus, the moon and the sun will naturally be in conjunction. Right? It's the sun putting its light and its go ahead on what this new moon energy is bringing. Again, new moon in Taurus is about bringing new money opportunities, new quality of life, new ways of eating, new ways of cooking, new ways of taking care of people, new ways of building, being methodical, new ways of being thrifty and being budgeting. You understand what I'm saying? New ways of being solid and planning, right? The sun is putting light on that. Also on Friday, that moon, now that it's going to be in, now the moon being in Taurus will sextile Mars in Cancer. Motivate based on the sidestep or the straight attack. You know how crabs do their thing, but feel good about the progress. Let me reiterate that. The moon being in Taurus, sextiling in a harmonious way, Mars being in Cancer, right? Mars in Cancer, like I expressed to y'all before, thank y'all for the thumbs up, always moves in side steps. Cancer always moves side steps for sure until it's time to attack and go forward, right? So on Friday, it's about understanding, right? From an emotional standpoint, that it's okay to sidestep every now and again in order to feel secure about where you're going and then move. It's okay to get the Skittles, the new opportunities that are coming in with the new moon in Taurus, stacking it as your foundation, being open and caring. It's okay to feel more devoted towards yourself and towards projects and people that are around you. As long as you move in a way in which you're sidestepping the situation, in which you're observing, making sure that when it's time to attack, when it's time to apply, it's a sure shot. Does that make sense? You only get one mic, one shot is the point on Friday. Also, Friday, the moon, at that particular time being in Gemini, will trine Pluto in Aquarius as it goes retrograde. Feels necessary to review how you've been giving away your personal power. Locate your center. Boom. So all the shit I've been talking about with Pluto, as it has been squared in this week 2 times. Pluto's thing, remember, is about, oh my God, how are we going to transform for the people? This is what I've been telling y'all. How are we going to transform for the people if we're not Pluto's been saying we need to transform for the people, and y'all worried about transforming for yourselves. Yes, that's necessary because you can only help the people if you help yourself first. Well, on Friday, with the moon going in Gemini and Pluto being in that degree, that 0 degree Aquarius going retrograde, you'll get to see why. It'll make sense now. That Gemini moon will come with reason and understanding from a non-emotional place, from a compartmental place, from a producing type of place, from information. Oh, this is why we had information will show itself to let you know why it's necessary to pull back sometimes emotionally, informational wise, why it's necessary to pull back and take care of yourself before you take care of the whole collective. Okay, so wait till Friday if you feel like I can't do this just yet. I'm going to justify me not being able to move because I need to do it for the whole fucking crew. Don't do that to yourself. Don't justify that shit. Move anyway, because on Friday, you'll see the reasons why. Does this make sense? Cicely, you said, what? My Mercury is 28 degrees in Taurus in my 9th house. Is that a question? If it is, I don't think it's a question. I think you're just telling me, right? So that new moon is going to hit that Mercury, new information coming through, new contracts too, that can prove to be beneficial for you. These new contracts and negotiations that's happening. Something that I just got for you. Okay, keeping it moving. Saturday, as that moon is in Gemini, thank y'all for sticking by. I appreciate y'all. That moon is in Gemini. It is going to square Saturn. Saturn's in Pisces, moon in Gemini, they don't get along too well. So here's all this information coming in Gemini style, and which is helping us to resolve some questions that we have about the blessings, about the change of life, about the information that was once restricted and or withheld with Mercury going retrograde, right? Now here's the questions and the information, and Saturn is like, don't worry about the questions. Saturn is like, we're in a flow right now. Everything is being handled regardless if you ask the questions or not. Don't fight that, y'all. Let the water do what the water does. Saturn in Pisces. And if you need some information and some questions, ask the questions. You can't demand that they be answered in that moment in order to determine how you work, though. Get the information and sit on it if you need to. Saturn in Pisces is saying, remember, we're working in this direction, though. And as you get the information, apply it where you need to. Some of it may not work. Some of it may not make sense. It's okay. A lot of this shit is not making sense, y'all. That's a straight download. A lot of what we're going through right now is not making sense. And if you're one of those people that are having a really hard time because you need to add 1 and 1 together in order to get 2, it's not happening. It's 3 all day and night. You know why? Because there's new rules, there's new doctrines, there's new understandings, there's new foundations. It's not making sense because it doesn't apply to where we're going. It's about us making these new rules for us to where we're going. Does that make sense? To help to apply to where we're going. Stop, pause for a second, breathe, for real. And don't ask too many questions in a way in which you need to have an answer before you move. Because now that's an excuse. That's an excuse. You're leaning on to the last life. You're leaning on to this past situation. Close your eyes and go. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. And if you are that type of person where you need the information to come in, make the information come in. Ask the questions, but hold on to it as you continue to move. Again. All right. On Saturday, bust it. A whole nother field that's happening. Mars going into Leo. Come on now, until July 10th. Mars will be in Leo until July 10th. So on top of that, we got Leo energy coming in there going boom, fuck all that Cancer Mars shit and everybody being emotional about a thing and moving in a nurturing, kind of loving, kind of, I got to feel it in order to go. Mars and Leo is like, we're going to go because I have the courage. We're going to go because because of my expectation. We're going to go because of my self-centeredness. We're going to move because it's time. We're going to move because I have the will. Mars and Leo is no fucking joke. It's a whole nother vibration of execution, of movement, of sex, of confrontation. I love Mars and Leo. I love Mars in any sign for that matter. But we need Mars and Leo right now. Even though it's going to go up against some of this Taurus energy, you hear what I'm saying? As Mars is in Leo, I'm going to tell you it's going to square some of these Taurus planets. It's definitely next week, okay? But that's okay because squares are good on some level. Sometimes it's challenging and we can't get through it, but a lot of times it helps us to grow. So here comes boastful fucking Mars and Leo going, I'm coming in here because I deserve the attention now. That's just us waking up to ourselves. That's just us waking up to the fact that, God damn it, hell yeah, I deserve this shit. And I'm going to go and get it. God damn, I deserve this thing. And I'm going to roar about it. You get what I'm saying? Even though Taurus energy may be like, pipe down, shorty, it's okay. There's a little bit of us that got to roar in order to bust out of these old confines we've been sitting in. That's where Mars and Taurus comes in. Are y'all hearing me? Come on, y'all. You just got to send a 2,000, 22,000. Wait, what? Good for you, Cicely. Yes. 222. I got an answer machine. Let it talk for you. On Saturday as well, that Mars going into Leo is going to be opposite of Pluto. Here we go. Pluto again. Well, what about changing for humanity? Mars says, don't worry about it. Even though it's not in the same alignment as Pluto, Mars is going opposite where Pluto is going. But Pluto understands oppositions better than it understands squares. It understands that it needs to pull back and it needs to go into its heart. Mars in Leo is on the move to find its passion. Mars in Leo is on the move to be willful and courageous to align with its passion in order to push through anything that wants to hold it back. And Pluto in Aquarius will understand that. How I want to move doesn't match with the need to feel the power. Rather not move from the heart. Reality is being controlled. Yes, but Pluto will understand that. Pluto will understand on some level. If y'all didn't get what I just said, what I said basically is what I just said before I read that, is that Pluto and Mars is having this little balancing act. It's all for the good, though. Move how you need to move, and the people will come in later. I'm not saying be selfish. I'm saying be aware of the collective while you are strengthening yourself and building your own foundation. I said that 1,700 times in the last month. Sunday, right? The moon will continuously be in Gemini, and then it goes into Cancer at 11:28 p.m. in the evening. goes into Cancer Sunday night. But the big star of that day is the sun goes into Gemini at 3:09 a.m. in the middle of the night, Saturday rolling into Sunday. Yeah, a whole nother vibration. So now it's less about being like Taurus ruling the sky and about Taurus asking us to be slow and methodical and take our time with things and to be caring as we're doing it and thrifty on all levels, energetically, emotionally, and all of that. Now it's going into Gemini like, who gives a fuck? Let's roll, let's rock, let's get the information, let's put it out there. We don't care if it slaps up against the wall or it falls down. We don't give a hell. We just need to splay. We need to display our attentions and our intentions, our attention, our information on everything to see where it lands. And with Mars in Leo right behind it, like, yeah, sis, I got your back. Yeah, brother. I mean, I'm in fire and you in air. Let's do this thing. Mars in Leo. Then it has a buddy. You get what I'm saying? The sun and Mars will be in alignment. There's a buddy. So again, the vibration shifts from being sitting back the last couple of weeks, almost kind of waiting, but feeling the vibration changing and getting a little bit fearful because the validation and the money and the results are not coming quick enough. Now with the sun going into Gemini and all the changes that I talked about this week, now it's about realizing, oh shit, this is why we did this thing. And here comes this nice little bud up and out of the ground. Here comes this first little break of spring in a yawn kind of position, like, oh shit, this is why we did this thing. And Gemini energy is like, yup. And I did it for the folks as well. I did it for information as well. Gemini services. That's why I said for the folks. It's mutable like that. Gemini's up like, yup. And we're doing this on a superficial level in which we're not involved in any emotions right now. We just need to plow through. We need to show and motherfucking prove. Are y'all ready for that? Like for real. And you may say, well, I've been doing that. I've been showing and prove. I've been hustling, Sonia. I don't know where you've been. You've been sitting back, not like we about to. Because on some level, we've been like begrudgingly getting up the hill in the last couple of months. Don't play with me. We've been kind of convincing ourselves like, I think I'm doing right. Don't play with me. Y'all know we haven't had a motherfucking clue. Well, the clues are starting to add up is the point. With this vibrational shift this week, the clues are adding up and the realization is being shown. Y'all get that? Come on now. On Sunday, the sun will trine Pluto. Finally, Pluto got another little reprieve, another little buddy. Why? The sun being in Gemini is hitting Pluto in Aquarius going backwards. Well, let's put some light on the fact and on the info of why this shit doesn't feel powerful and transforming. Let's put some intellectual understanding on the subject. Let's sit back and really, really realize, oh, Taurus has been pushing us in this whole week, going against Pluto to change in this particular way. Why? On Sunday, you'll realize that shit. Because Taurus has to solidify some things this week in order for us to realize that the shit is actually growing. This little finger right here is a flower coming up out of the ground. The shit is actually growing. On Sunday, you'll feel that thing. You'll get your realizations. Okay? And then also to end the day, Sunday, the moon will square Neptune. The moon will square Neptune, just try not to shit on the imagination and the understanding of spirit and how it's been setting us up to fly. Please, just please, stay on the fact that your ancestors are on deck. Yo, was this not enough for y'all? Did I lose a bunch of y'all? Like, for real. I want y'all to talk to me now. That's it. That's it for the week. What y'all got to say? Ask questions. What you got to say, what you're feeling at 1 hour and 12 minutes and 30 seconds. I have finished with the week, but I really, really want to know if this really hit y'all. Or y'all just sitting around waiting for a free read. That could be a couple of people, but I want to know if this made sense. Sometimes I'm just like, God damn it. Can we put a little audio on this and see what people are talking about? C-Mac, am I your favorite astrology lady? That's so cute. I'm looking for questions right now if y'all don't know what I'm doing, only because I want to make sure that this is hitting in a way that's going to amplify your growth and where you're going. Do I, my dear? Thank you. I probably should get a t-shirt. Does this make sense? Does this make sense? Is what I'm saying making sense? You waiting for that Leo Mars? Me too, music lovers. Me too. I tell ya. Okay. Ancestors on deck, you are hot today. Oh, thank you, Irene. I appreciate the feedback because, again, sometimes it's weird. I can't really see y'all, hug y'all, hear y'all. Good. All right. So, anybody want a free read? I'm gonna give 2 today. Put your sun, your moon, and your rising up, and I'll hit you up real quick, and then we're gonna read a card and get the heck up on out of here. I have a Taurus sun, Gigi Fine Gal Fab said. Mercury in Taurus and a Leo rising. I'm looking for change. Is the problems over? This year and a half has been hell. Well, truly and fairly, Gigi Fine Gal Fab. That's a personal question, and I would love for you to get a reading, to be truthful with you. But I'm gonna tell you, because this time is meant for everybody to get some questions answered, and that's a pretty personal question. But I will say this much: with your Taurus sun, your Mercury in Taurus, your Leo rising, a fuck yeah, a year it's been about changes. And a year, because you are a Taurus and you don't like to change, you've probably been changing, kicking and screaming. And a year, the Leo part of you wants to change on some level, but the Taurus part of you is holding back on some level, and you've been going back and forth, seesawing. Yeah, on some level, you got to surrender to everything that's going on. And so sorry, it's been a bunch of hell for you. But truly, I'd encourage you, as well as everybody else, to change the perspective. Change the perspective and the languaging, y'all. It's not about going through hell. It's about being better. It's about seeing yourself. It's about seeing the people and the situations around you. And don't you want to see? Don't you want to not be duped any longer? That's a real motherfucking question. And this is not pointed to you, Gigi, Fine Gal, Fab. This is for everybody. Change your languaging. This is an opportunity to grow. It's like we say, oh, I'm not sick, I'm healing. This is not a struggle. This is a challenge. I'm getting better. It hurts, but damn it, I know I'm going to be better on the other side of this shit. Y'all don't feel that sometimes? You don't feel the maturity in your chest sometimes? Sometimes when you go through a thing and then it'll be a week or 2 later and you wake up, you just feel different. Like you feel like your ribs done gained an extra inch or something. It feels like your neck got like about a 1/4 of an inch fucking thicker. It feels like, you hear what I'm saying? It feels like your back and got a little wider. It feels like you're a little like solid on the ground when you grow, when you evolve, when you mature. We've been busting through motherfucking ceilings, y'all. Come on, Gigi, you getting better, baby. We getting better. You got to know that. Is this thing still on? Oh, Lord. You got to know that. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, I missed it. Right? Come on now. Alicia, you have a son and wait. You got to add one more in there. I'm a little confused. Sun, Aries, Scorpio. So that means you have a sun in Aries and a rising and a moon in Scorpio. Is that true? Come on, solar flare. We don't do that, baby. You know why it's very difficult to answer the question, will this week be hard for Cancers? And by the way, Squirrel, I kind of tried to do that in essence, but it is almost damn near impossible for any like goddamn column or any astrological rollout that you hear on anybody's channel or in any publication. It's hard to speak to Cancers and how your week will be. Why? Because your chart is totally different than my chart. I'm a Cancer, but I got a whole bunch of other different planets in my particular chart versus yours. So how the universe, the transiting chart, this is a teaching moment, how the transiting chart is hitting your particular chart is hitting my chart a whole lot different than how it hits your chart. So generally speaking, how astrologers do write for every sign, we write from the rising perspective. So if you ever want to read a particular rundown or astrological column as such as Essence, in which I wrote for 8 years, read your sun sign and your rising sign, and you'll get a better understanding. But that's a very unfair question, sweetie pie. And it's not to single you out. This is to say that in this particular forum, we ask questions that can benefit everybody. I don't know what it's going to be like for you, particularly speaking, you know. However, some never, I will say Venus is in Cancer. You're like how I say, hell no, and then come back with something. However, some never, that Venus in Cancer will help you in some kind of way get to the love and to the value that you need. Wake up. That's what I just heard for some reason. Wake up and understand that the love that you deserve is right in front of your face. That's for you, whoever asked that Cancer's question. I'm breathing heavy because people are trying to come through. I hope that makes sense, Solar Flare. Okay, where was I? Alicia, is that true? All right. Aries, Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. First of all, I'm glad you're growing up, young lady. That's all I'm going to say. And you don't have to divulge your age, but Sun in Aries, Scorpio moon, and Scorpio rising, that's a whole lot of passion coming off of somebody's personality straight away. You dig what I'm saying? That Sun in Aries being the baby that you are. And yes, I say it each and every time because I need for y'all to remember the real reason why Aries gets the rap that it does is because it's first. Because it's a baby. Oh, Aries are selfish, they're self-centered, they're quick, they're impulsive, they're all of these things. Yes. You know why? Because they're a baby. Because they're coming off with a lot of exuberance and excitement to live this particular life without knowing what the fuck they're doing half the times. Truly. That's the beauty behind Aries energy, right? But you got a Scorpio rise and a Scorpio moon, putting determination and passion and extreme on what that baby desires. That's a little interesting. You get that? Because Scorpio, if you think about it, Scorpio is like, think of a geisha, right? Scorpio is like the geisha coming through the goddamn earth. And Aries sitting right in the middle of that, being the sun, is like, woohoo, let's go. It's the geisha's blowing up, but the geisha's blowing up is happening in Scorpio style on some dramatic shit, which makes the Aries in you a little irresponsible for the blow-ups. You get where I'm going? Y'all understand my poetry? I hope so. If you don't get that, Alicia, the bottom line is this, honey pie. As you mature, understand that sometimes that Scorpio energy is the catalyst for the blow-ups and the dramatic happenings in your life. Not always, but sometimes. So the maturity is Scorpio on your rise and in your moon, actually trying to be observant in the way that it was blessed to be. Observant enough to figure out are the fights, the confrontations, the thing that you want to go onto the front line is about. Is it really worth it? Because once Scorpio gets involved, it's a motherfucking, it's an explosion. You have to learn to pick your fights, honey. That's all I'm going to say. Learn to pick your fight. I am celebrating the fact that the Scorpio energy on you is slightly intuitive, which can help that Aries baby in you to make the right decisions when you need to. Because again, at least it's kind of like sniffing it out and being aware and observant enough to figure it out. What's the word I was looking for? Intuitive enough to figure it out. But when that Scorpio wants to blow up, you can't stop it. So you got to figure it out quick and fast and know that if you want to win the battle or the war, like on the real shit. Ooh, Alicia, that's all I got for you, honey pie. I do know though that there's like 2 or 3 projects that, excuse me, everybody, that are looming for you, Alicia. And the only way that these projects are going to push is, thank you. The only way that these projects are going to push is if you put some, that's a very blanket word. I heard love, but it's more so about care. So oftentimes that, when we come out of desperation, when we come out of spaces and places of not having enough, not being loved, when the first opportunity comes for us to love, we jump on it. When the first opportunity comes for us to make money, we jump on it. I just heard for you, Alicia, that please don't be too quick and too hasty and jumping on these projects that are looming around you, because you have to, in my opinion, and what I just heard, start these projects from your heart. Start these projects from a space in which you can really, really be convicted and be behind it from a space in which you care about, not just to make the money and not just out of some desperation shit because now you're being given attention. That's all I got for you, because whoever's talking for you right now is on one. You're welcome, Solar Flare. I appreciate you for asking that question, only because I think it's necessary that we help each other out in these types of forums. You did? But please schedule a read if you like. I wouldn't mind helping you. Alicia, that's it. That's all I got for you. This little delay. You're very welcome. Anybody else? I'll read one more. Let me see. Vaughn says she's exhausted. Pretty girl progression, Taurus sun, Capricorn moon, and Aquarius rising. Have we done this before, sweetie pie? Pretty girl progression. Are you still here? You welcome, Alicia. I hope that helped you. And I feel like I read you too before. These delays are bugging me out. Ooh-wee. Okay. Forgive me, progression person. Pretty girl progression. But I'm going to go on to the next one because I don't see you coming up, and I hate dead air. I hate the fact I'm just sitting here waiting for y'all to say something, and it's a delay. So the last and final read, Sun in Aquarius, rising Scorpio, and moon in Aries. I don't remember if I had a reading before. Okay, Miss Pearson, I'm going to utilize my Leo energy and say, you would remember if I gave you a reading. My little ego right there. I'm so glad Lisa feels that it helped you. Back to Miss Pearson, the Sun in Aquarius, rising in Scorpio, moon in Aries. Whoo-wee. Again, glad that you are growing up. I love Aquarius people, by the way. First and foremost, I just love the weirdos, and I love the uniqueness in you. I love the friends, the friend that you are for people. I love the fact that you literally do care about others in a way that is kind of detached and really realistic. Just, I had this thought swirl in my mind one day, is that Aquarius makes good girlfriends and boyfriends oftentimes because they are not emotionally attached, right? They are not kind of vying for your time. It's like, I'll catch up with you I'll catch up with you when you want to catch up with me. Like, I'm not going to fiend for your attention, is what Aquarius energy says. I don't know why I was called to bring that up. But I do want you to know, and maybe it's because of this, I do want you to know that you are a good partner. Oftentimes, again, with that, where's your information? With that Scorpio-ness and that Aries-ness, the Aries doesn't necessarily want the attention, other than the fact that it's a baby and it wants to be acknowledged every now and again. But that Scorpio will be a little possessive. That's the trick. And that's the weirdness when Aquarius and Scorpio energy comes together. That's why I say, ooh-wee. Because Aquarius is very, very detached and gives people space. But the Scorpio energy in you is very possessive and wants to hold on because you don't trust. And then that Aries in you, being the moon that it's in, will react when it feels like it doesn't trust, with a need to fight. They said your progression and your evolution in this moment in time is being stumped by the fact that, yeah, you may possibly think you know it all, but it's being stumped by the fact that, Sonia, that you possibly maybe want to do whatever it is that you need to do next in life by yourself, but you can't. You're going to have to learn to play with others. That's all I got for you, because they are opening doors right now, y'all. Like, it's a lot of people on the other side that want to be heard. But that's the big reveal for you, sweetie pie face. Not everybody is out to get you. Not everybody is saying the opposite or the contrary because they don't believe in you and because they want to disrespect you. They actually want to be respected themselves, and their knowledge of a thing, their understanding and their love of a thing honestly should be heard. And it's not to say that you're not a good listener, but it's maybe at a point where you're a little frustrated and exhausted by the fact that you feel like you're not being heard. But in order for you to move forward in doing the things that you need to do in your life, especially in relationships, you are going to have to listen and to understand where people come from. I don't know why that came through, but I'm just going to tell you that. That was for Miss Pearson. All right. Oh, hi, Carla Vega. That's all I got for y'all today. After an hour and 28 minutes, there we go. Let's pick a card. If y'all have any questions, please get it in there sooner than soon before I turn this thing off and before we go on about our day and our week. Okay? This is a card for us. Great Mother, Father, God. Where we need to go in this moment in time. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your understanding and your truth. Amen. Ashe. Amen. Thank you, God. Show us this way. You know what? First of all, I love God. I love my ancestors and guides. I love what it is that I do. I loved how tapped in that we all are. I love that we are growing and we are being better. I love that this message just came through and is about to be reiterated because this is what we've been talking about the entire time. Uh-oh. The source. You are the source. It's all about you. It begins and it ends with you. All that Taurus energy we was just talking about going back to you for your better quality of life. You, the source, you. Come on now. Come on now. Y'all, come on. Hear this message. What is going on with this goddamn comments thing? Listen, when we speak of being grounded or centered, it is the source that we are talking about. When we begin a creative project, it is the source that we tune into. This card reminds us that there's a vast reservoir of energy available to us, and that if we tap into it by being grounded, centered, and silent enough to be in contact with the source, and that we tap into it not by thinking and planning, but by being grounded, centered, and silent enough to be in contact with the source. It is with each of us like a personal individual sun, giving us life and nourishment, pure energy, pulsating, available. It is ready to give us anything we need to accomplish something and ready to welcome us back home when we want to rest. So whether you are beginning something new and you need inspiration right now, or you just finished something and you want to rest, go to the source. It is always waiting for you, and you don't even have to step outside your house to find it. Come on now. Does that resonate with anybody? Going back to the source, who you are, what you need in order to implement these changes, in order to connect with the plans, in order to receive these blessings from Jupiter, in order to convince Pluto, listen, this is why we are doing this. I know you want to do it for the collective and powerfully change for a collective, but this is what I need to do for myself. Go back to the source, get grounded, get centered, get my core right. Because once the core is right, the whole body is acting with strength. Y'all get that? I hope you do. I really, really do. Much love to you. Please ask any questions if you have it. I'm about to get off this thing, or come back later and just leave a message or a comment. I know it was a lot of information, but hopefully it lands somewhere. And if it does, share this information. If you'd like to donate to the channel, there's my Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal in the description box below. Some people say they don't see it, but if you press those words, see more, then it opens up the box even more, and then you'll see the information. Okay? You're most welcome, Melissa. I'll see you in 2 months, sweetie pie face. We're going to Costa Rica to get that pura vida, that pure life out this motherfucker. See y'all soon. Bye.